The Billionaire's Accidental Wife. Episode 1. 9 p.m. One alluring night. After drinking a lot too much in excitement at her bachelorette party, Emma's fiancé, Nathan was picked her up and brought her home to their luxury apartment. Finally coming back to her senses, she slowly forced open her eyes and realized the excruciating headache alcohol left her with. Squinting her eyes, she tried hard to figure out a man and a woman kissing passionately under the dimly lit room right beside her. She froze for a moment and hoped to still be under the influence of alcohol because it felt like being struck by shocked. Emma couldn't even glance away from the two as they continued to kiss by her bedside. Her face went all red as the anger inside her began to boil. But what could she do beside pretending to be asleep and calm where her insiders were burning with rage? Amber, stop messing around. Emma only just fell asleep, the men want, as he restrained her by the waist and forced onto the wall next to the window, careful enough to not disturb Emma's sleep. What? Are you afraid your fiancé will wake up? Amber responded with annoyance. You are getting married tomorrow. Why don't you give yourself to me tonight? Babe, you are such a troublemaker. Let's go to the other room. The man smiled seductively as he pulled her towards him again. No, I want to do it here. I want to do it right in front of her, Amber said as she swiftly unbuttoned his olive green shirt, locking her lips with him once again. Anyone could sense the deep passion that ran through them. Emma laid there like a dead flesh, and all she could focus on was to hold back her tears, but could feel them slowly trickling down her face. Who would have thought the man she was to marry the very next day would be cheating right in front of her? She somehow forced herself back to sleep to avoid the nightmare. But who can behave? Let's go to the bathroom. Isn't the bathtub your favorite place? Nathan whispered swiftly, sounding a little tense because deep down he was still afraid of his future wife sleeping unconscious right next to them. Fine then, you go in and fill up the bathtub first. Amber nudged Nathan's chest towards the bathroom of the same room. As soon as he entered the bathroom, she sauntered over to Emma. Leaning over with a cold smile, she whispered, Emma, I'm not going to let you and Nathan sign those papers tomorrow. I'm pregnant, he's mine. Emma, who's still not asleep, tightened her hands into a fist, crushing the comforter as she held back her emotions, careful enough not to let out a sound. It was not until she heard the moaning sounds of the couple coming from the bathroom did she feel the world had fallen apart. 3 years ago, Emma Miller was once New York's top model, but because of this man she gave up everything, handling over her hard-earned position to Amber Lee. As it turned out, everything she did merely went towards preparing someone else's wedding dress. No, this must be a dream, just a horrible nightmare. Everything will be back to normal tomorrow, said the voice in the head to console her. Emma continued to lie to herself until halfway through the night. Amber started making weird noises in the hallway and complained of feeling unwell as she led Nathan out of the hotel. With that, Nathan was to leave and never to return, but they were to get married tomorrow. As planned, the next day Emma drove to the marriage bureau with a bitter smile, preparing herself for the heartbreak coming her way. As she stepped out of a car, she gave Nathan a call. The voice on the other side coldly answered, Amber was injured on stage. I have to deal with this urgent matter first. Let's postpone the registration to another day. There's no another day, Emma disappointedly told herself. Emma turned around from the main doors of the office, put on her sunglasses and was ready to leave, but that's when her eyes were drawn to a tall figure heading Hawaii. She couldn't help notice the fitted dark blue retro suit which complemented the masculine body underneath, and out of the front chest pocket the corner of a wine red handkerchief could be seen peering out subtly. Glancing down, Emma could see a pair of perfectly straight legs leading to a pair of freshly polished brown leather shoes which glistened in the sun. This man had such a strong presence, like that of a medieval king. As he got closer, although he was wearing sunglasses, his perfectly chiseled face and sexy lips were enough to drive any woman. Eventually, she announced she would be signing with Global Pictures Entertainment and become a hot topic with the boss, Nathan. 3 years ago she suddenly rejected an offer from the top entertainment agency, Star King, resulting in her being blacklisted. As the president of an international entertainment agency, of course, he had heard of a man before, once a famous model in the industry, suddenly asking him to marry her. Something must have happened, thought the assistant, baffled. Follow Emma and report her every move to me, Eric ordered before stepping out of the car. Eric's assistant sat the driver's seat and looked at Eric through the rearview mirror. Is President, shall we return to the office, or would you like to return to the mansion to tell the chairman the news? It was a calm silence in the car for a few minutes, and after the two made their verbal agreement, Emma got out of Eric's car and left. Emma had no objections. Since they were now married, a request like this was reasonable, so she obediently nodded her head as she replied, "Agree." "Good. Also, I don't believe a married couple should live separately. I'll give you 3 days to pack all your belongings and move to a place of my choice. My assistant will be in touch with you. I promise you. But after I give you some time to tidy up your past, I want us to have a trial marriage. After 6 months, I will publicly announce our marriage." "Thank you." Emma nodded. He was listening to Emma's requests while typing something hastily on his laptop and gave a slight shrink. A dangerous aura swept through the car. Firstly, unless you have no choice, do not reveal a relationship. Secondly, do not interfere in my matters. Don't worry, since we are married, I will not get overly close to another man. If you need anything from me in return, please tell me, I will do anything. However, I have 2 simple requests I hope you can promise to abide by. Speak." Eric responded tiredly.